Hi everyone, it's Matt from ZU Bladeworx. I've got the Whiplash here with me today. I'm just going to take it apart and give you a look at what's inside and show you how simple it is to take apart and put back together. So we designed this knife with as minimal parts as possible, just for ease of maintenance, out in the field. Let's have a look anyway. So it's got two bolts here, one at the top, one at the bottom. Just use a flathead screwdriver, take that off. Just twist the rest, just loosen it up. What about it? It's already clicking off. Probably do this with the blade open. Take the bottom one off. Lay it down so you don't lose any parts. And you may have to loosen the other side just a little bit. We'll take that one right off. Magnetic screwdriver is handy. All titanium, no magnetism. Okay, so we got that handle here. Here's our bearings that have fallen out. And take the blade out. Here's the other half of the bolt. You got a bearing sitting in there. You got a lock bar insert as well with the detent there. So it's very simple. Just one nice thick piece of titanium with a built-in pocket clip. And the bolts are our male-female bolts, 2-piece. The bottom is also a male, it's kind of male and female, but it's really 2 parts, this one. And you've got the standoff here in the middle. So these bolts are all stainless. They're probably 416 or 420, something like that. And they're blackened, of course. Blade S35VN, that's 4mm thick. So, it's not as thick as some of the big beastly folders out there. I guess for a change, we decided to make a normal cutting tool. One that will, just shave hair easily, this one. Yeah, no problem. So it's a little bit different from the more robust, stabbing type things that we normally make ourselves in Australia. But this is our design made overseas as a first. So they have different manufacturing processes and that over there, of course, from what we have here. It's got a stop pin here, following the same style with that slot. That is not one piece. That is actually the push pin one. And let's have a look at the bearings. Just your little cage bearings, ceramic bearings. These would be off-the-shelf type items, so if you needed new ones, you could easily get them. Bolts obviously custom, so they'd have to come from us if you needed a new one. So as you can see, there's not a lot of parts to this. And you could easily take this apart and give it a good clean. If you got it out in the bush or the mud or something like that, you can just take this all apart and just give it a wash out and put it straight back together quite easy. I suppose we should do that now that I mentioned that. So we use that as the back side, and this will be the front one. So let's put it through, put our bearings back in. Put bearing back on the other side. Put the make sure they protrude a little bit more from one side than the other. So that protruding side, make sure that hits the blade and not the titanium. I'll make sure I did that right on the other side as well. So So you want the flatter bit of the bearing on the back. That way it won't wear out the titanium. Click it back together. We'll just start that off. Let's go to the other end. There's two different lengths of screws here. Make sure you use the longer one to put it through the pocket clip. That's why that has to be screwed, because that's threaded in there. So you just screw that in a bit for now. I'll come back to that. On this side here. Just click it down, make sure it's hitting the thread. Don't make it too tight yet. So you see the lock bar's all the way over at the moment. Just fold that in. Just so you're gonna have to do the pivot up anyway. So hold that down. And then it's clicking in by itself. That pivot's not really tight and it doesn't affect the action because of the bearings, which is one of the advantages of having bearings. If you've got bronze phosphor or something like that, well, some people think it's probably more durable, and to be honest, I thought myself it probably was until I started really sort of mucking around with these. You know, if you tighten them, sometimes if the pivot goes too tight, it won't flip. But the bearings, obviously, you can do these up as tight as you want. You might like to Loctite that if you feel like it, but I don't think you really need to. But you know, a lot of people think the bearings are not durable. When they're caged, they're fine. And if you get dirt in it, you saw that. It's like skateboard wheel. You know, they've all got bearings, and you know, you can just wash them out with a bit of oil. So let's just make sure that's tightened up at the bottom properly. Yeah, bearings themselves are pretty cheap, so you can even go to like American Knife Supply or Alpha Knife Supply, order some more bearings if you want. Just measure them, make sure they're the right size. And there we go, it's all done. No blade play, nothing, rock solid. That's where the lockup is, so not too late. Flips open easy. And that's it. Thanks for watching.